Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to another live stream. We've got Lucas in the chat, who is getting the meme all wrong. It's, how's it poppin'? Terrible. How is the audio today? Lucas in the chat, who's getting the meme all Sounds like it's good. It might be a little loud. I had to do some remixing, because I got something going again here, right? So I can do things like,
Hi there, Lucas. How are things in the live stream chat?
and hopefully that works, like, I don't know. Things like,
Hi there, Lucas. How are things in the live stream chat?
ooh, how about there? How about that? That's fun. Yeah, you're into that? You okay? All right.
Hey there, Big Lucas. How are you, Daddy? Welcome to the live stream.
Yeah, I'll do that for you every so often. Welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. We finished the game a week ago. I've played it a bit since then. I've played it a little bit since then. Mostly running around Primordia. I've not 100%ed Primordia. Gosh, but we're close. We're at like 79%. And most of what remains is going to be missions. Either be they affinity missions, regular missions, a few big tyrants, but that's not even a big tyrant, and also that's not Primordia, so that's not relevant. A couple of big tyrants, right, that I didn't want to try to tackle just yet, but for the most part, just going around exploring some. I got a new Skell. I ran out of tickets on my main Skell, and so I went ahead and just sold it, got all the money, and got the Amadusius. Whatever one this is, you got to pay a lot of money for. Or not money, but you have to do the research for. It's the level 60 one, like the Hellfire or something along those lines. I guess we can just look at it real quick. Because I'm also working my way towards some other ones here. Yeah, the Hades. That's what it was. I was Hellfire, Hades. I was in the right ballpark, okay? We're tracking the Ares 70 right now because it's the only one I could reasonably have enough Meridium for, and I've only got a couple extra pieces I need. Alternatively, as we do some more missions, we should get some more storage nodes, and I might be able to just go ahead and go straight to the Ares 90, which would be cool. I never had that in the original playthrough, because we bailed post-game. We just went immediately into Xenoblade 3. But I said when we wrapped up the game that we would come back here, and we would actually do some more content, because there's a bunch more stuff to do in the game. There's a lot of really good, meaningful, impactful story beats with affinity missions and whatnot that I thought would be a good time for everyone involved, including Lucas.
Lucas, tell me you're not interested in playing more of this game. I won't believe you if you say that.
So I figured we would go ahead and knock that out today. And of course, as it would happen, the rain has just ended. Something else I'd like to do is I would actually like to 100% the map. And I think a lot of that is just walking around just saying hi to like various characters who can be found in various places. Trevor, I don't think, is one of them. I don't really know what Trevor does. He's always standing here with something to say. But we've never spoken to the gentleman as far as I can remember. What do you intend to do next? We have to use the Lifehold Core to bring our fallen comrades back to life. Oof. Yeah, actually, I don't think that's going to work, based on how the post-game wrapped up and the lessons we learned there, but sure. And yet our researchers don't seem to have made any progress. Not a single man has been revived. What's the holdup? Do they think something may have gone wrong inside the Lifehold? Oof, Trevor, buddy. Eek. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, actually, that he's asking us that question. Well, I guess the problem now is we just got to figure out what to do next. I see that there's like a regular quest over here with Serona, who I believe asked us to go help someone in the field on their behalf before. Or maybe that was Sadie. I actually don't remember. It could have been either of them. Both seem just as possible and likely. If we have a look at the map, though, there's one quest line that I've been saying for a long time now that I want to do because I quite enjoy it, and that's the water purification plant. It's like none of it is dialogue, like voiced. It's not affinity mission stuff. It's just a fun little side thing that gets a little creepy at one point, and I have fun with it, so we're going to do it. Hello there, how are you doing?
Hey there, can I ask your help with something?
Yes, of course you may.
It's wonderful that we've begun living with the Manon. Truly it is. But, as you probably know, any sudden surge in population brings with it certain problems.
Ooh, start ranting about how Manon are so annoying and wishy-washy. I mean, that's true. They're just pizza fiends. Very annoying ones at that. Or ask Ajoa. Aoa? How am I supposed to say that name? Aoa, maybe? Aoa. We're going to go with that. If she's talking about a food shortage, I think it's probably water, based on what I know this quest to be.
That will will likely be a problem at some point, yes, but it's rather outside of my area of expertise. I speak of something we need just as much as food, perhaps even more. Water. ULA is looking at a huge shortage of clean, potable water. We're trying to build a purification plant on a lake outside the city, but indigents are preventing us from transporting materials to the site. Might I convince you to secure the route for us? Once you can ship the necessary materials, the project won't take long at all.
Yes, let's get started with one of the best and most fun... Oh, mission completed. Oh, securing our safety. Right, yeah, the quest that gets the quest started. The quest that goes to the quest. So, what we actually need to do this is defeat 5 stagnant Grexes on the path to Primordia's Breathing Plains. Well, let's fly out there and do that then. I don't reckon that'll be too challenging. And I even mean it. We will fly. We're not even going to fast travel. I'm not too pressed on it. I don't mind. Ooh, don't like that. Gonna have to keep my drink there. At least that way my hand doesn't clip out of the screen when I go to grab it. It just sort of materializes a cup behind it, kind of, sometimes. That is like magic technology, though. That very much a fan. I do want to get the top-end what is it called? The Rothgar? It's not that. What is the other Skell? By the way, there's no one in my party right now. It's just occurred to me. I have been doing online missions with randos that you pick up back at the board in order to like farm tickets. So we just have no one in our party, and also no one that we add to our party is going to have Skells. But I feel like once we land, we should probably add some party members. That's probably going to be pretty useful. And then also, I think it's why I've forgotten the name of that gosh darn Skell. We did a whole quest line about it as well. It's not relevant. We've got like 3 of them now. It doesn't matter though. Who do we want to add to our party? Oh no. Yeah, that's never going to work out for us. We'll find you someday, Mia. I promise. I'll tell you what. Let's do Suki's Angels. Let's get Suki's Angels in here. Because they always play well to a certain crowd. Who else was in? Oh, right, Hope. There we go. All right. It's just us inside of a gigantic Skell, along with Suki's Angels, heading out to the field and doing pitched combat with some, what were they called again? They weren't young Grexes. They were stagnant Grexes. What makes them stagnant? I know what stagnant water is. What makes a Grex stagnant? I have no idea. Maybe they're just like supposed to be wandering around in the fields and they're just not. Is possibly the case. Okay, apparently there's more to it. Talk to Keith at Primordia's Bahano Lake. Well, no one prompted me to do that, but also look at this. Construction is now well underway. All of this is new. None of this was here 5 minutes ago. It's only here because we started the quest line. And I'm okay with it. That's efficiency right there. Think about how quickly they knocked that out. Keith, how are things going over here? What do we got to do?
What's up?
Are you the one that was hired? Thanks for coming. Looks like you've got the route pretty much cleared out, which is great news. But before we can rest easy, we've got another pair of problems to solve. First one's another safety issue, believe it or not. Oh, I believe it. The road to New LA is clear, but the site itself is still crawling with uglies. We'll need to take care of them before it's safe to build. The other's a supply problem. We lost a shipment of building materials in an attack a while back, and we need to replace them toot sweet. If you could take care of one of those two, it'd be a huge help. I will handle the indigents. Fair enough, I'm happy to leave the rough stuff to a pro like you. So thanks again, Miss Blade. I'll go scrounge up those materials in the meantime. Excuse me, it's Miss Cross, I'll have you know. Alright, it's not Miss Blade. You're just making things up here. Alright, I'm a proud member of the Cross family. A proud race, it's not a race, a proud family has gone between different universes to secure multiple versions of Axe, okay? Once again, we've crushed it. That was 6 out of 5 taken care of. We've gone above and beyond, and someone had better recognize that my good deeds here today. Keith, I went above and beyond. Hey, you're back. Not a scratch on you. Now we can work without getting eaten, which always makes everyone feel better. Me and the team really appreciate it. Oh, could you give this to Aoa? Wait, we're still not sure about the pronunciation there. It's water from the side. She's done a million tests on this stuff already, but apparently there's some new thing she wants to check. I keep telling her, you could make some killer boosts from this stuff, but does she listen? No. Guess we'll have to keep toasting with water for now. Cheers, eh? Thanks again. My guy, it's lake water. What kind of booze are you making out of lake water? I'm pretty sure you gotta have something you can ferment in order to get booze. I don't think you just... Are you fermenting the water? I don't know if that works necessarily. You gotta get yourself some, like, barley or some corn or something. You're not just putting lake water in a bottle and waiting. Well, unless you, like, looking to ferment some sort of bacteria. You know, if you want everyone in town to get some sort of horrible intestinal infection, perhaps that would work. But I don't know why you would want to drink that, and I can't imagine it would taste very good. But then again, I don't know a whole lot about booze making. Maybe you do make it out of water, just straight water, and you get just the right kind of bacteria and you let it ferment in there. No, probably not, though. Probably, I feel like that can't be right. Howdy, Rondo. How's it poppin'? Terrible. How about you? It is actually, look. Oh, it's pronounced Ajoa? Ajoa? Ajoa. That is what it looks like, and I assumed it could not possibly be. But Ajoa it is, I suppose. Ajoa, we're back. How are you doing? Oh, sorry, we've got a voice for this.
I heard the reports. Excellent work. I really appreciate everything you've done. You cleared out the construction area as well, right? Well, I'd love to throw a bonus your way, but perhaps you can just call that part community service? Sorry, but you know how budgets are.
Yeah, that's fine. I also have this sampling bottle here for you that definitely doesn't contain anything evil.
So this is water from the side, eh? Ugh, again with these shoddy containers. I keep telling them the samples need to be airtight. I'm sure it's probably fine, but water's a critical resource, you know? The foundation of life and civilization, which is why the Roman aqueducts were used for over 2,000 years. Well then, cheers to our new civilization. It's okay if I pay you in water, right? Kidding, just kidding. I'll set the transfer up for you.
How do we pay? What, do we have some sort of, like, credits-based system? Alright, is there any sort of, like, physical currency? Are we exchanging gold, silver? How does that, what is the system? Is it all like a fiat currency based on nothing? If we go to the vaults of NLA, are they empty? If we discover that, will the entire economy collapse? Will anyone really care? At what point do we just start using Nopon money? Because Nopon aren't using credits, I guarantee you. Are we all using Marinium? I have no idea. Better than you. Thank you for doing the bit, Halrondo. I don't know. Listen, I don't know why they're dressed like this. I have no clue whatsoever. We just logged in one day and they were like this. We dubbed them Suki's Angels because they have that sort of aesthetic to them, that sort of a vibe, and we ran along with it, you know, like a Charlie's Angels sort of a thing. Now, I don't know what we have to do to trigger the next part of this story, but I'm glad that we've started it, because this is, again, I love where this little quest line goes, and there's some more fun stuff to be had there. We probably have to, like, accept another mission to start that mission. But I just wanted to begin the lake project, right? I just wanted to get that one started, so we'd have it queued up, because there's going to be more fun adventures on the lake. You could say that that's what the girls are dressed like that for. They were just being prepared in advance for a trip to the lake. They kind of misunderstood what we were doing. I said we had to go to the lake so that we could go, like, do some water work, but all they heard was lake, and they just got ready to go swim and have a great time. You know, just play water sport games, you know, water football, water basketball, water polo, and they did not understand that we were going there to fight monsters and do, like, some serious work. Building a water treatment plant. So that's not really my fault. But I'm not really seeing anything that it would suggest to me. Bring me ingredients for a new type of cologne. Oh, I'll accept that. I'm not... Research on a budget. Please bring me a large number... No, I'm not doing that for you. Blade casualties. I'm not sure if we start the next part of that quest here or if we just have to complete some other side content before we can continue, so we're not going to worry about it. I'm not going to go through here and painstakingly check every single one of these because it's not really relevant to what we're doing, so we're actually going to bail on that immediately and instead focus on what I said we were going to do when we started, which is some affinity missions. Now, which ones are we going to do first? It doesn't really matter. Kind of looking at them, we have a whole bunch of different... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Hold on. I just remembered that during the final stream, when we were like wrapping up the story, we actually found that missing key card for one of these. Which one of these was find the key card? It wasn't House of Card. Acquire the missing key card. It absolutely was. Okay, track that. So now we need to go deliver the key card to Yardley in the commercial district during the afternoon. We'll define afternoon. It's like 2 o'clock right now. That seems pretty afternoonish to me. I feel like if we go at this exact moment, that ought to be perfect. I could be off base on that, though. Now, Halrondo, I'm curious to hear what you have to say. I've been engrossed in the conversation surrounding the end of this game, and the rings around the world, and what it could mean, and what it can mean, and what it does and doesn't mean. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Has Xenoblade Chronicles X crossed over with Xenosaga? Is that the future redeemed world? If not, is it because of rings? And if so, do you think the rings don't matter? What are your thoughts on all of this? I'm of many mixed opinions, and at this point I'm sort of viewing them as Schrodinger's rings, where they both simultaneously matter and don't matter until we have more concrete information. Yardley, my fella, my guy, I found your ring. I've got to know why it was where it was, though. Here you go. Oh, thanks. Oh, hey, thanks for coming all this way. You're the one who found my keycard, yeah? So, can I see it? Yeah, there you go. Oh, sweet, this is it. Man, I was gonna be hosed like a driveway without this baby. I suppose we should talk reward, huh? What do you say I just transfer it to you later, since it's so much? I think I should be paid right now. Wait, you were the one who... Oh man, I didn't even notice. I should have spent more time looking at your face, I guess. Ask Yardley if you have met before. Yeah, I think we met in the Outfitters test hangar, over in the Industrial District. Does the name Yardley ring a bell? Good old Yardley? Promised a reward and then totally didn't deliver? No. No, I don't remember that at all. Thing is, I remember my first time playing through this game, the answer was yes. But no, I don't remember Yardley at all. Did we do a quest with him? Or is he just confused, and he thinks that we recognize him, and he's thinking of a different blade? The details, largely, are irrelevant. Huh. Guess I have some explaining to do, huh? Look, I'll tell you everything, but we can't do it here. Meet me at night on the lower level beneath the Administrative District's hangars. I'll pay you what I owe you, including for all the stuff you just did. Until then, he'll just fade out of existence. This is great, though. We've been talking about this since we started the game. This is the fella who's going to allow me to finally change my hair and maybe even my massive... whoa! Okay, that... my massive eyeballs is what I was trying to say. How unfortunate. How deeply unfortunate that turned out to be. I think there's pretty much equal merit to the Cosmos falling and post-Xenoblade Chronicle 3's Earth theory, and the White Whale 2 arriving at the post-Xenoblade Chronicle 3 world theory. I agree, and I don't think that the rings matter all that much, because... Here's the thing. When Future Redeemed released, everyone said that was Cosmos, right? Everyone's theory was that that was Cosmos Xenosaga 3 falling towards the Earth. The problem is, at the end of Xenosaga 3, in that cutscene, there's rings around the planet that she's floating towards, but no one cared. The rings didn't matter then. But now that Xenoblade Chronicles X's planet has rings around it, suddenly the rings matter. And that means that it can't be the White Whale flying towards the planet. I don't agree with it. I think that it could have very much been a decision later on that they would add the rings. It's possible they were in talks with Bandai Namco for licensing, and they were like, ooh, we're not sure if this is going to work out for Xenoblade Chronicles 4 Saga X2. Let's just not put the rings there. And then now maybe a deal's been worked out, and so the rings are back in this game. Maybe the rings were just a decision after the fact. It's Schrodinger's rings, you know? We're not going to know till we open the box and see what the next part of the story is. Ugh. Yeah, X2 on an entirely new world, I would be fine with as well. I'm going to continue to play the games and enjoy them, and they're going to continue to rock my world. Content with the series direction? Me too. Me too. I do want more stuff with the trilogy characters, though, in the trilogy timeline and universe, because I really like those characters. Let's start off with literally the earliest night that we can, which will be right here, and we probably could have even gone a little bit earlier than that, based on the time it's going to take us to fly over there. But I don't know how granular... I didn't do anything. Well, this is just happening. Whatever this is. Just the girls are out of the town. I mean, that's not funny. That's tragic. I think he's dead. I think that was a murder. It just took me off guard. We only came here because we needed a place to park for the evening. And then we just got logged into whatever this is. Oh my god.
Hold on. Damn it, I'm too late!
It's not funny. I know it's not funny. I know it's not funny. This is a tragedy. What's just befalled. Okay? Ugh.
You there, did you see her jump, perhaps? Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Oh, yeah, I can help any way you need me to. We're gonna take it seriously now.
It's appreciated, you know. Always good to meet a friendly person on something like this. So, my name's Aquar, you see? Believe it or not, I'm the very first man on Blade. As a mediator, it's my job to go around the city resolving troubles, okay? Especially when it involves other man-on. So first off, your name is Suki Cross, yes? Yes, I see. Let me ask this nicely, Suki Cross. Are you the murderer? You are, aren't you? Right?
Let's see. Ask why Aquar is looking for a murderer when the victim jumped. That's a good one, yeah, and the angels loved that question.
Interesting. Judging from your calm tone, I think you're probably totally innocent. I know it makes no sense, but, there it is. So there's been a string of strange man-on killings lately, you see? That's why I'm guessing this jumping incident here was actually some foul play. Maybe? Take it from me, if a man-on wanted to end their own life, they simply wouldn't have the convictioners.
Okay.
They didn't have the conviction or self-assurance to see it through, right? But even if they did, they certainly wouldn't go jumping off some crazy tall building, you know? That's crazy. Too crazy for man-on.
Okay. Alright, yeah, no, that makes sense. We're not here to question the culture, okay? We're not here to question.
Right. So there must be a terrible criminal behind this, don't you think? A criminal who may even continue to yearn for man-on blood.
I do remember a quest, the first time I played this, where there was a criminal with a yearning for man-on blood. I don't remember this part of the story. It might be this. This may be where it starts. I don't remember. I feel like I would remember what we just saw happen.
You are a blade too, yes? Would you maybe help me on this investigation? You'll be rewarded very, very well, most likely. So, please?
Oh, murder most foul. Absolutely. We're not going to track it right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. Jim told me to ask another blade if I ever needed help, and it seems he was correct. I would ask you to start with questioning, okay? I have a specific human I want you to consult.
Ask what Aquar is going to do in the meantime, or learn who Aquar wants you to interview. Yeah, I don't really care what he's doing. Just tell me what to do here, buddy.
There is a ridiculously delicious business in the commercial district called Army Pizza, isn't there? So good. So good.
They love the pizza. They adore the pizza.
If I remember correctly, the owner is named Powell. He was close to Duduma, who is the victim. Ask about her past, okay? Maybe what she liked, whatever you can learn about her. I'll be investigating the scene in the meantime. The culprit must have left some traces behind, right? Thanks and good luck. I'm sure we'll crack this case together, don't you think?
Oh, thank goodness. I mean, that's still kind of strange in my voice a little bit, but not as badly as when I was full on doing the voice. Are all of these people gathered up to look at the body, or what's happening here? We're heading out. We've got something else we need to attend to. Ugh. Did you do all of the quests in the original X? So, I did a lot of them. I did a lot of them during my playtime, and I said we would come back to it, but instead we just played 3 for 2 years. So a lot of these I've done. We did the water quest. I did one with the man-on murderer. I don't remember if that's it, or if this is a different man-on murderer. I know what we're about to complete here. And I did a lot of the affinity missions. Actually, I don't think I did. I did a lot of the first, like the starting affinity missions. And I don't remember how many of the follow-ups I ended up doing. I think a lot of those are going to be new to me. But when we started the playthrough of the original X, the goal was to do all of the side content. But then the deadline for like when 3 came out, because I started it, I want to say it might have been 2 months before 3 came out. And I was booking it, trying to get through. So we didn't end up doing everything. But that is okay. Here we are. This is what we're here for. It is nighttime. Where's my guy at? Talk to Yardley below the administrative district late at night. 8 o'clock might not count as late at night, I suppose, which is unfortunate. We might have needed to wait a little bit longer before coming here, and if that's the case, we can just fly up top, and we can, like, sit down and wait. It'd be great if we could sit down and wait here for him, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be an option that we have, and I'd rather not waste time. So where can I wait it out? Where can I wait out the clock? There is actually, I'm pretty sure, a place to wait out the clock inside of here. But do we really want to go inside of a building that we'll then have to leave? Probably not. Where's a good time waiting spot? Right over there, but... yeah, I think that's part of the hangar. That'll work just fine. We'll go to the hangar, take a hop, skip, and jump over there. Okay, past midnight. Okay, gotcha. You can change the time from your menu? My guy say what now? You telling me this whole time we... Holy smokes! Well, this changes everything. Oh my gosh! No, I had no idea. Halrondo, where have you been all my life? This is actually literally game changing. This whole time we've been wandering off to like nearby rest locations. If you can do it from the menu, why even have resting spots? What purpose do they serve? That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm okay with it, though. I'm not mad. I'm happy to have learned this information. No, I didn't know. I had no clue. I mean, it's better than, you know, finding out 6 hours in that the jump button was on, like, you know, one of the rear triggers the whole time. My guy! You're looking fabulous, like a member of, NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys, but 20 years later. I have been waiting for you. I believe this is our first time meeting, correct? I strongly disagree. This is our third time we met, although I really only remember the second. Aren't you the smart one? Well, I guess you know it's good old Yardley. So I know you must have some doubts, but I promise it was always me you've been meeting with. Was he the guy who wanted to help with... He was over in the Skell, like near the Skells, in the hangar. Yeah, that's probably what it is. So I know you may have some doubts, but I promise, it was always me you've been meeting with. I just changed my appearance. Do we have like a surprised Pikachu face hearing that? No, it really doesn't look like we're shocked at all. So, you know that keycard you found for me? Well, it activates the life pod I worked so desperately to repair. You see, we humans are basically just souls housed in mimeosomes. This man was ahead of his time. He really knew something the rest of us didn't. Remote control nonsense, life hold core and all that. Nope, it's all just motes of light. Collective unconsciousness, and all the other nonsense. You see, we humans are basically just souls housed in mimeosomes, which are little more than temporary vessels. But with this situation comes a kind of freedom. The freedom to change vessels at will. How did this guy know? How did he know all the way back in 2015? This one guy. The Mimeosome Maintenance Center is full of life pods, but they're all reserved for clinical application. Us normal yokels aren't allowed near them. Yokels is such a great underused word. 10 out of 10. Which means that this is the only life pod where people can rebuild their bodies to suit their whims. I expect you have your doubts about the process, but I stand as proof of the results. My consciousness has been successfully transplanted into an entirely new body. That's pretty impressive, my guy. That's pretty impressive. I was lucky to stumble into a life pod with only minor damage at the south end of the city. And crossing your path was another stroke of luck, seeing as how you've helped me out twice now. And at the time of that string of serendipity is my golden opportunity to strike it rich. New LA's wealthiest will be clamoring to use my machine. Oh, but you're welcome to use it for free whenever you want. Let's just say it's a way to settle up my outstanding debts. So what do you say? Interested? Absolutely. Wonderful. Then from this point on, we're square. I have only 2 stipulations for our agreement. One is that you don't tell anybody about this. I doubt the Director General would be pleased to hear about my little business model. Is that why you planted it directly beneath Blade Tower? I'm not sure about the logic there, my guy. And 2 is that you only use the machine late at night while I'm around. That should be a given, seeing as it won't activate without my keep card. But just in case. Are we agreed? Yeah, whatever. Deal. I hope this leads to good things for both of us. Well, that's enough yakking. I think if you want to take the life pod for a spin, step right up. Mission success! So now we finally have the ability to manipulate our appearance. If you'd like to change your player avatar's appearance, gender, etc., wait until late night, then go to Yardley's Hideaway, located beneath the Administrative District. And that's all the prompting they're giving us there. I thought we were going to get a brief rundown, but it is pretty much, I think, identical to character creation early on. So if we just have a look at it here. Utilize this machine to modify your Mimizone's appearance and gender. This will not affect your current stats or abilities. Initiate Mimizone modification procedure? Yes, please! Acknowledge commencing Mimizone modification setup. And I'm pretty sure we can change everything as we would right when we first created the character. So we're good with our gender. Let's have a look at... Can I do anything about... First off, my skin, we went way too bright. I think we could probably afford... You know, we've spent a lot of time in the sun. We can go a shade darker. Just right there. Just that slight shade darker. Because we've gotten ourselves a bit of a tan, or even in that direction. Actually, yeah. Let's be honest. If she tans anything like I do, she just gets slightly redder, is what happens there. I don't see any option for changing the styling of the eyes. I think that comes down to, at the beginning, you pick a character model to like start basing it off of. I think we would have to go all the way back to square one for that to happen. So, I mean, first off, that would also change our hair options available. And obviously, you know, we want to be able to go back to the pirate hair if we wanted to. But we do have other options. Has our hair grown out on our adventure? Not like that it hasn't. Bangs is not our look, sister. Absolutely not. Nope, we're not going to be calling for any managers anytime soon. This I like a bit more. This I could get used to. I'm going to say we lock in on that. Alright, so we've got a slight reddening of our skin, and our hair has grown out, and that's what's happened to us. So if we go all the way back to like gender selection, we have female. Yeah. This is where we would actually have the ability, if we wanted to change our eyes, this is where we would have to go back to. We'd have to start all the way here and then work our way forward. And again, like I said before, yeah, no, cancel that. No, hold on. Discard changes, yeah, do that. Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait, no, take me back to body. We've now got to go through and do all of that again because I wasn't paying a lot of attention. But fortunately, it wasn't that complicated of a procedure. We only changed like 2 things. Confirm. Is there a button you have to hit for saving? Is that what I'm doing wrong? Give me 1 second. This is it. This is going to be the last time we do this. All right. Confirm. Right there. Giant button that says confirm. Finish. There we go. Got it. We've aced it. Ugh. Oh, no, yeah, I went to the bench for fun. It was convenient that we happened upon a man on murder. I mean, I don't know if we would have found that otherwise, but here we go. We've now got our remodel. I think we look fantastic. I think we look much better. 10 out of 10. The sun has been good for us, just letting the hair grow. Maybe it gets a lot of control. I wish they had the option to have our hair down to our, like, waists. That would be great. I would be well into that. Let's see what we're going to go try to tackle next if we have a look at the map. Just kind of picking up random things here and there. The Miracle Maker. I remember this one. This one is like, I believe, a series of missions, if I'm not mistaken, that ultimately take us to Caldros. Hugo. No, can't be. Got to be someone else. It's a data probe challenge, though. If we complete that, we might get more storage probes. And that might get us closer towards potentially being able to get the Ares 90. Because all we're missing is either some booster probes or some more storage probes. And we should be able... I mean, we're not far off from being able to house 100,000 Muranium, which is what we need in order to get the Ares 90. And a couple of... No! I really wanted to get in there before the door closed. I mean, yes, I can just open it, so it's not that big a deal. But I really wanted to get in there before that. All right, how do I start this thing? Is this like on top? Is this on top of the building? This is on top of the building, isn't it? Because now that I'm in here and I'm looking around, I'm realizing there's just not a soul in here. Oh no, Hugo is here, in fact. Hugo is here in the corner of the building just hanging out and having a good time. Hey there. Yes, you with the face. What do you say to the idea of a specialized combat field? Say, an atmospheric charge that hastens scale fuel recovery, for example. Does that sound convenient? I guess. Ah, yes, it sounds like a Blade's dream come true, doesn't it? And yet it's real. I call it the Battle Probe. I invented it while I was aboard the White Whale, you see, so I don't actually have any completed units on me, but I can't explain the premise. Okay, I don't know if this is going to give us storage probes. This will maybe give us battle probes, though, and those can kind of be useful in certain circumstances. Essentially, this new type of data probe takes the electromagnetic field generated by Frontier Nav and induces a dynamic conversion. The resulting charge infuses the area around the probe, producing one of many potential types of specialized combat fields. I'm sure you want to see it in action, right? Probably can't wait to get your little blade hands on it. I tell you, once this thing takes off with the blades, it will revolutionize frontline combat. I don't know, man. Have you ever seen how effective you can be when you're just like on the ground and you're in overdrive? I'm not really sure if we need this. Okay. Yeah, I'm impressed. Let's butter him up. No doubt you are. And in that case, I'd like to ask you for a favor. My design calls for a large quantity of Meridium. I've been running around the city begging, but every factory and lab is scrambling for the stuff, and no one can see past their greed to the genius of my idea. So myopic. That's a big word. Well, it's not a big word. It's a rare word, my guy. How can you overlook a game changer like this just to produce more of the same boring dreck? This guy likes to use, like, seldomly used words. He's got a thesaurus in his back pocket. He's checking it every time we look away. Anyway, this is where you come in. I need you to secure me 10,000 units of Meridium. Your reward will be a shiny new battle probe. A bargain and a half, if I do say so myself. Yeah, all right. I mean, just give it to him. Perfect. Good. Excellent. Now get me that Meridium. It's time to give form to the stroke of genius that struck me while we were striking Mira. Alrighty. That's great alliteration there. Well, you got that Meridium yet? Come on then. The battle probe is aching to be born. Straining. It's pushing forth. Yeah, good call to end the metaphor there, my guy. Yes! Yes! Wait right here. We'll have it ready momentarily. It will be all powerful. It's done. It's finally done. Presenting the first of hopefully many different kinds of battle probes, the fuel recovery probe. Pause. Halrondo, we're coming back to that in a second. Set this baby at a Frontier Nav data probe site, and any scales parked in that whole region will recover fuel at an accelerated rate. Go on. Take it. It's yours. Just promise to get out there and show the world that my inventions are more useful and more powerful than any weapon those arms manufacturers can crank out. Oh, and protect the welfare of all NLA citizens as well. I guess that's important. Dun, 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 dun. Good job on us. We've knocked that out. Meanwhile, I have more kinds of battle probes to prototype. In fact, I've got a whole stack of designs just waiting for my Eureka touch. Come back and see me again, all right? I can't see my designs implemented without help from blades like you. Is this actually like a thing where I can track him down in different areas of the map and continue to unlock new ones? Because that would be fun. I'd be on board with that. What is out here? Also, how do I get the Mithra hair? What face style do I need to go to for that? Because I think the Mithra hair would be pretty good too. I'm a big Mithra fan. Are you who's your main girl, Halrondo? Are you of the three your main options, your Pyra, your Mithra, and your Nia? If you had to choose one to like marry and be with forever and love and cherish until the day you die, which one are you going with? There is a correct answer, and it's any of the three. But there is one that's more correct than the others. But also, it's a hard choice, isn't it? Goodness me. I mean, not really. Not for me, at least. But I can understand why others might like to have issues with it. Why is this alien wreckage here? Oh, is this from the battle? I guess there's now been a couple of battles in LA, right? There's the kind of battle when they were attacked as they were falling from the sky, and then the kind of battle you have, or actually there's been three if you count the. Okay, technically, there was the siege of LA, but then there was also when the ghosts attacked in LA. That doesn't count because there was no ganglion ships, and then also it hasn't happened yet. Like, we did it, but we're now reset to before that. So, yeah, technically all of this that we're doing is a waste of time. It's not really going to lead up to anything, tragically, which is really sad. I only care about personality. I like Pyra the best. Nia comes close, but Mithra is just too abrasive. I initially read that as abusive, and I was like, I mean, yes. She is very abrasive. I find she's more tolerable in Torn of the Golden Country. Yeah, I agree, though. I'm right there with you. It's got to be Pyra. Nia, I didn't care much for in 2. Like, she was just the cat girl who was on the adventure with us. And I liked her a lot more after 3. Same thing with Melia, actually. I remember the first game that I played was Xenoblade 1 DE on the Switch. That was during my, like, YouTube break. And after beating the game, I went online to, like, read, I guess, opinions or thoughts about it. I don't remember, maybe theory. Oh, no, you know what it was? I think I was looking up, like, 2. Like, should you play... Why did I come across this from... I found Hugo, by the way, completely by accident. I can't remember how I came across it, but I came across information that apparently most people were like, oh yeah, Melia is best girl. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Compared to Fiora? Melia? Melia, I couldn't get into the wing-headed girl in the first game. But after Future Redeemed, different story. Completely different story. Or not Future Redeemed. After 3. She wasn't in Future Redeemed. After playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, both Melia and Nia rose in my rankings quite a bit. But Pyra's where it's at. Hugo, tell me you've got something else cooked up. It's you. How's that battle probe treating you? We've literally done nothing with it. I hope you're being smart about how you use it. Oh, yeah. It's been a lifesaver, my guy. No thanks needed. At first, my work was for the sake of the Earth-Life Colonization Project, you understand? But now it's for the city and the Blades, so compliments mean nothing to me. My only desire is for those stubborn idiots at the arms industry to wake up and take notice, and I need your help for that. Regardless, the design for my next type of battle probe is ready to go into production. This series generates a melee attack boost effect. The specs call for 15,000 units of Muranium. Think you can handle it? Yeah, of course I can. Here you go. Right then. Get on that as soon as you can. And I've got more designs for different types of battle probes where these came from. Can't afford to get stuck here, you know. I didn't come out here looking for him. I just flew this direction to see what we would come across, and we happened upon him, okay? So, everything's set to go. I just need the Muranium. Are you ready to blow the doors open on a new combat paradigm? Well, that Muranium is the key, so gimme the lever. Alright, sit tight. I'll whip this up in no time. With one of these puppies activated, Blades will be able to take on more powerful enemies like it's nothing. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm a proud papa over here. Behold, a new series of battle probes for melee attack probes. Install one of these bad boys in Frontier Nav data probe site, and Blades fighting out in that region will see their melee attack power boosted to extreme levels. Go on, give it a whirl. Go punch something huge. Have fun. Alright, I don't know if any of these are actually worth the time and effort, but sure. In the meantime, I'll get to work prepping my next design. Come see me when you have a moment. If you've got the Muranium, I'll make your combat dreams come true. Thank you, Hugo. We are clearing out the industrial district with each one of these we do, as we just continue to happen upon him. Again, I'm not intentionally seeking him out. It would be funny if the next place we just happen to fly to, though, would have him. I would be on board with that. Celica. Is it going to be one of the mission things around here where it's like, oh, you can chat with... Yeah, okay, this will, again...
Hey,
what's this bit of conversation? Usually find Fry behind the diner? No, that's fine. Hello, Celica. Talk to me. Recently, I purchased Rock a large hammock from L. But this morning, while still groggy from the night's rest, he tumbled out of it. It was quite amusing. But listen to me prattle on. If there is anything that I can do to assist you, you need but to ask. Not right now. Then I shall spend another leisurely day with Rock. Rock looks like he's having some kind of a fit here. Is he talking to the air? What's he? He's clawing at the air? Does he have rabies or something? You might want to go get that looked into. Has he gotten vaccinated yet? You might want to check that. Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is one of those games that truly deserves a revisit to truly appreciate. I think you're probably right. I still really want to go back and stream through 1 and 2. But I'm waiting. I'm hopeful that they'll get the Switch 2 enhancement treatment that like Breath of the Wild is getting. The great thing about the Xenoblade games is that both of them, or not both of them, all of them at this point, but 2 and DE I think were the first to do this. Those are the first 2 to launch on Switch. They have dynamic resolutions. So 2, at times, the resolution would drop to abysmal levels. Assuming if you just put it in a Switch 2, though, and you just have the more headroom, it'll just stay at the higher resolution longer. The only problem is it'll still be 30 FPS, right? So I'm hopeful we will get a Switch 2 upgrade version that runs at an like maybe not uncapped, but like they're doing with Metroid. Like Metroid is going to run at 1080p 120 hertz. I don't need a Xenoblade game to run at 120 hertz. I think that'd be awesome, but just a locked 1080p. I don't even need it to be 4K. A locked 1080p where it doesn't dip. Okay, at 60 FPS, I would be very pleased with. Apparently, if you like have the top-end NSO subscription, you don't have to pay for those upgrades, which is nice. So, although it'd probably be cheaper, well, no, it depends on how many games you have. If you have a bunch of the games, I don't know. I'm sure it comes out in the wash. I'm not sure. Actually, in the party of favoring Melia. Really? Well, there you go. See, it's well known. I think personality-wise, sure. I just liked the Shulk and Fiora, childhood friends, tragically separated, beautifully reunited, together forever sort of dynamic. My heart did break for her though. That scene, and you know the one I'm talking about, where she like, I'm gonna talk to Shulk, and she goes to talk to him, and he like runs by with Fiora. It's like something out of like a nightmare that we've all had. Where you see the person you're in love with, and they're just running off with someone else. That is a heartbreaking scene. And then I'm sure she gets to like 3 and she meets Nia and is like, wait, Shulk could have just had us both. That's what Rex did. What a ripoff. Anyway, let's see what else there is to do around here. Should we just go ahead and make our way up north here to the mystery man, Professor B? I'm actually curious to see how that shakes out. A part of me feels like I'm going to be disappointed. Hold on. Do I have to drop something off with Sullivan? Don't we have like a mission to drop off some...
Guess what?
Hi there, you.
Hello.
Do you have any interest in the Miran ecosystem? Or, sorry, that kind of came out of the blue, didn't it? Look, I don't run. I'm not trying to recruit you into a cult or anything. I'm just searching for a kindred spirit. Sure. I thought this was going to be dropping off Moranium. We have one of those missions somewhere. Wait, really? My gosh, you're the first person who hasn't dismissed me out of hand. My name is Sullivan. I'm a botanist. Ever since we arrived on Mira, my lab has been blessed with one fantastical specimen after the next. The biodiversity here is simply dazzling. I might as well tear up that doctorate I earned back on Earth and use it to wipe my floor. But really, this is great news. I've never seen such fertile ground for academic curiosity. Even the leaves. Have you noticed the leaves? Most have these little... Am I rambling? I'm rambling. Head, you're bored. So sorry. Let me get back to it. To get to the point, I'd like your assistance in my research. As I'm sure you know, there's a huge forest area to the northwest of NLA. We call it Noctilum. The plant life there is wholly unlike anything seen on Earth. I suspect the marshes deep within the forest might hold a specimen of extreme importance. I've been informed by many parties that collecting the specimen will be no simple matter, but I'm thinking someone like you should be able to handle it. I require these samples, one to experiment on, one to archive, and one to display so that the public's appetite for science might once more be whetted. The Miran ecosystem is shrouded in mystery and intrigue, but this inquiry will be the shaft of light which pierces the veil. All the science hinges upon your help. Yeah, I'll do that for you. I don't even know what you want. I didn't even bother checking. I probably already have it.
Hope?
Ah, yes, hello. Tell me, how goes the specimen collecting? I've got your Seca Cosmos right here. Astonishing. Yes, thank you. These samples are something. I clicked the button before I finished reading it like some kind of fool. I heard speculation about the specimen's unusual properties, but this... No, I mustn't draw any conclusions before a proper investigation is completed. Hypothesis and evidence, and so forth. Yes, yes. And yet, I think it's possible that the plant this was harvested from actually exists outside of all known Miran ecological chains. It's bizarre, but in the most delightful way. Life on this planet shocks me each and every day. Speaking of, I realize this is something of a surprise request, but might it be possible, and I dearly hope that it is, to enlist your help in gathering another set of samples on a different specimen? Water drains from these marshes, you see, forming a river. That river's current carries a multitude of seeds to their future homes. The importance of these seeds cannot be overstated. They must be studied in minute detail if our analysis of life on Mira is to advance to the next stage. I need an archive sample, a test sample, a display sample, a training sample, a buttering up sample for sponsors, and a bonus sample for a birthday present. So yes, That's 6 samples in total, a hefty sum, I know. But all are vital to the continued function of science on Mira. Thank you, Assistant. You have my eternal gratitude. It looks like we might already be set to go on that front, maybe? No, we are not. We have to go get some phosphorus tree seeds in Knockholm's Rust Lake. I'd be down for that. This is not really what I intended to do. We were going to head up to B and see what his situation was. But actually, that brings to mind something else that I was thinking about earlier, which is that Professor B's entire quest revolves around the mystery of Mira and why people can't escape from it. And what we ultimately learn, spoilers, post-game, is that Mira is just in a different universe than Earth. And that's kind of it. There's mentions in this about how in certain quests, might even be with Professor B, that there's like a barrier around this part of the universe where the game takes place. And part of me wonders if maybe that's because this is actually like a little pocket dimension of some kind. I don't know what the general consensus is with the rest of the fan base. I choose to believe, even if it is only simply a headcanon, but I choose to believe, in spite of any and all other information, that Mira is a unique and special planet, because I don't want to let that go. And I choose to believe that maybe it is a result of... Maybe everyone on Mira comes from a universe that's been consumed by the ghosts. And Mira itself is a collection or an assortment of those lost worlds. Right? Little bits and bobs and pieces from here and there. And then also the Nopon, or the Nopon if you're so inclined. What am I doing here? That's right, I'm looking for some kind of special objects, I suppose. Not just these, though. Oh, right there, red. That's gonna be it. That's one of 6. Are they all in, they're all in this general area? There's another one. I feel like this was meant to be done earlier, at a point where all of these guys around here would be a little bit more threatening and probably attacking you constantly. Which, by the way, as far as I can tell, the only sort of real benefit to having the higher level cap now is because you can be so overpowered with things like your skells and just having like a decked out skell. But then also going into, what is it called? It's not overdrive. Is it over? No, what is it called? Yeah, overdrive. That having a higher level isn't super useful. But the benefit that I found is that, gosh darn it, things leave me alone. Like, it used to be you go into area with higher level enemies, and because you could never get like that much higher of a level, they would always be bothering you. But now that I'm level, what, 75, 76, that's always the wrong button. I keep pressing it. I'm level 76 now. Most things just don't bother me. The entire post-game apparently was a nightmare for people who were appropriately leveled for it, because that new continent that you explore, everything just constantly attacks you non-stop. Yeah, we didn't have to deal with that. Everything pretty much ignored us, which was ideal. I think if I had to explore that area for those 3 ships, first off, because that was a nightmare, but then also explore that area to find all of our comrades. Considering how long that took, how much ground we had to cover and recover, and all the different guys there, that would have been unbearable if we had to like fight everything, potentially multiple times. Also, we did not come back out here after doing the first bit of the water quest, the water plant quest. So if you fly over here now, you will see that the place has really come together. Welcome to the new water purification plant here, everyone. It is looking spectacular. This isn't where we need to be to accept the next quest for this place, is it? I actually don't know where we need to go to start the next quest for the water purification plant. We got to figure that out, though, because the water purification plant quest line, as I continue to insist, is actually fantastic. And we will find the next stage of it at some point, and we will continue it. At any point, we could choose to go do an affinity mission, and I wouldn't have to read so much, and it would save my voice. Or would it? Because also, I'm going to continue talking anyway, so ultimately, is it really going to benefit my voice at all? Probably not, tragically. And that's the real tragedy there. Collecting Frontier revenue is a way of earning money, Meridium, and other rare resources. I'm sure that it is. Hello, yes. Sullivan! How are you today? Welcome back. Judging by your demeanor, I anticipate good news. Yeah, I got some phosphorus tree seed here for you. Yes, precisely the specimen I desired. Of course, I say desired only in the sense that it is vital to my research, not that I write them. I'm impressed you actually brought samples for storage, research display, training, sponsor, kickback, and birthday purposes. You are a wonder, madam, and a champion for Miran botany. Though your actions may not make it into my research paper, know that the results of your work shall live on for all time. If nothing else, please look upon your contributions with great pride. Oh, and you'll be pleased to know that I have finished analysis on the sample of the first specimen you brought me earlier. It's shocking, really. The plant changes on a cellular level between morning and night to become a wholly different organism. It goes beyond any conventional definition of the word plant. It's an entity, I suppose. Just another in a long list of assumption-shattering finds on Mira. I well realize gathering those samples was not easy. You have my sincerest thanks, kind madam. If I require hard-to-obtain samples again in the future, I hope you'll lend me your services once more. For storage, test, display, training, sponsor, gift, award, propaganda, and personal use. Hey, one can never have too many samples, right? Remember, this is all about science. Yeah, I'm sure that it is. Forest Foray. All right, cool. Well, there's that one knocked out of the way. Another great job. I was going to say let's work our way towards Professor B, but what have we got right here? We're just kind of doing one quest at a time as we work our way towards him. Roscoe! Oh, finally. Keen eyes, agile body, the very picture of a well-honed blade. My guy is finally noticing how just absolutely attractive my character is. Don't think I haven't noticed what we look like in them shorts, though. Don't think I haven't noticed what we got going on back there. Seems luck is with me. The circumstances were less than favorable, and yet they've brought me a singular talent. Yeah, what are you talking about? Didn't you come here because of my mission control posting? Well, no matter. I'm certainly not passing up the opportunity like this. I would ask for a moment of your time. My name is Roscoe, and I'm a curator. I typically fill orders for the Granada Galactic Group for Meridium and the like. A few days ago, we lost the signal of a freight helicopter near Sunlit Spring in Noctilum. Unfortunately, we've also lost contact with both members of the crew. We need to mount a rescue effort as soon as possible. How did this happen? The cause? Impossible to say, I'm afraid. Mira is a font of inexplicable occurrences. One thing I can say with certainty, though, is that Howard and Siska despise one another. Perhaps their fight escalated to heavy artillery. Ha! It's funny, because it's quite possible, you see. Yes, well, you seem unamused. Moving along, I ask that you travel to Noctilum and extract Howard and Siska as soon as possible. Alright, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. That seems pretty straightforward. Thank you. I await word of your success. I hope you can see them both safely back home to New LA. Yeah, alright, I mean, that seems very straightforward. Just fly over there, collect them. I thought about going back and assigning these gals to some scals, or skells even. Can you do that on the go? Or do we actually have to go back to the barracks? I'm learning all kinds of things you can do now in the menu, so maybe we should just have a look. I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure, because like at most we can go into our party and we can look at our skell gear, but I can't change skells on the go. Skell frame. I can't do anything here. Oh, I can assign things to my frame. Such as... Oh, actually, I've never looked at any of these. Boost evasion? Okay, let's go through these, see what we got. Boost scale damage by 42% when attacking from the front. That's a pretty big boost. By 32% when attacking from the side. Increase thermal damage by 28%. Evasion by 14. Ether damage. Melee attack. Reduce the duration of debuffs on your... Okay, hold on now just a second. Hold on now. Do that one. Okay, that makes all the sense in the world to me. And then do this one. So either from the front or the side we'll be doing good. And then increase that thermal damage. Evasion would also be good under very certain circumstances, but for right now. Also, hold on, what do we have equipped to this? Are we still rocking the Ultrafauna and the Mechanoid? I mean, that's fine. Most of what I'm fighting these days is Ultrafauna, because what I'm going out there and doing is I'm trying to defeat all of the big tyrants around the map. Those, I think, fall under the Ultrafauna. Maybe. I actually don't know. I should look that up. Some of them might. Some of them might not. Some of them might be considered insights. I don't know. It's a good question. It's definitely something we should know. Currently, I don't. And yeah, we could be fast traveling, but at this point, I enjoy flying around the map. The Rustfeld. That's what it's called, isn't it? The Rustfeld. Rustfeld? I'll have to go look at the name. I think it's the one that has the like proper flying mode, which might make it fun to have. But I'd want to get the top tier one, and also I don't think you unlock that until we do another mission with Liesel or Liesel. So they're in our party. We can do that anytime we want to. We just haven't done it yet. Might want to put their clothes back on them for that, though. It might be a little bit embarrassing to go. No, actually, we won't. We won't. They've chosen that outfit. We don't have a say in the matter. If that's how she wants to present herself, then so be it. We will go along with it. What is that thing? Do we have any idea what that thing is? I have no clue what that giant robot is meant to be. I remember after playing 3, I was like, ooh, that kind of looks suspiciously similar. But now I think we're pretty sure there's just nothing to that. Alright, y'all need to get away from the helicopter here. I love that they, like, mock them, though. They're basically, like, making fun of them with the stance. I would feel so embarrassed if I was in a tracked helicopter and this was happening. Stay back, you stinking monsters! I'm not about to end up being dinner for some damn salt hat! Seriously, Howard, if you have time for this level of whaling, why don't you kill a few of the damn things and make yourself useful for once? It's suicide to take them all on alone, though I bet you'd like that for me, wouldn't you? And when did I become the useless one anyway? You're the genius who wrecked the helicopter. And whose constant nagging caused the very bite that made the crash land here, huh? No, of all the immature, irresponsible, we're about 50 meters from death right now. But if it means I don't have to listen to you whine for another second, then I welcome it. Oh no, you don't get to give up that easily. Besides, if we keep shouting, we may just scare the salt hat off, or better yet, a friendly might hear and come help us. I mean, I'm sort of tempted to just abandon the situation and let it play out as it is. But no, we'll help them. They're pretty low level as well. So much so that they're not even really acknowledging our presence. I think we might be in combat with them. I mean, it was kind of like a fight with ants at that point. Alright, you two. Come out of the helicopter. They can go home now. Hello? Oh, there we are. You chat with me, Howard? Nice. Between the crash and the welcome party, I figured my number was up. But then you arrived. Nice to know we haven't been forsaken entirely. Inquire about the cargo or tell them Roscoe asked you to help. Seriously? Wow. Next thing you know, it'll be snowing in hell. Sorry, Roscoe's just infamously stingy. I never thought he'd shell out for help. But hey, I'm glad to be wrong, and even more glad he sent someone like you. That said, I'm afraid we're not out of the fire just yet. We need to repair the helicopter. Siska's shoddy piloting and maintenance work caused the crash, but I suppose pointing fingers, now that I've already pointed them firmly, is not going to help anyone now. Anyway, I hate to lean on you for everything, but could you possibly procure 2 new anhydrous radiators and a spherical EM motor? I need to stay here to guard the helicopter, and Siska performing maintenance inside. We're basically pinned down. Yeah, of course. I appreciate it. I think I probably have both of those things. It wouldn't shock me to find out. Apparently I don't, though. I need to go find a spherical EM motor in Noctilum. Is that something I've ever found before? Speaking of, I haven't really checked the Collectopedia in a while. We probably have new things to add. Things that once I add them, I'm going to ultimately end up regretting because we'll probably end up needing them for future quests and I just won't have them anymore. I think I only need this one last object here. Whatever this is, and the Primordia will be completed. We do have a hexa gauge, so we can now complete that row, which is great. And it looks like we've got maybe 2 objects left here, 3 objects left for Noctilum. Oblivia is shockingly close to being completed, which is crazy because we don't spend a lot of time there. It's just 1 item. Sylvalum's going to be some time. I don't spend a lot of time in Sylvalum. Likewise, Cauldros, we just do not go too often. Some of these are like not just items that we haven't happened upon yet. They're items that we haven't happened upon yet that also don't spawn frequently, unfortunately. So where am I heading for these? pull ourselves out so we can get a good look at the map around us. I've still not gone off into the little island areas. Which, yes, indeed, that is a little island we can go to. And in fact, there might even be epic treasure there. I know that this is a bit of a detour off the main trail here to go across the Noctilum waters. But we might want to head over here and just have a look at what they got. I know that there's an island to the north that I think has something for your skells on it that's pretty useful. It's like way up here in the corner of the map, like way off, that we probably should go pick up at some point. I don't remember what it is. I think it's worth going to. I also don't remember these showing up on the map necessarily. Maybe they did, and I just don't remember. Well, I expected there to be something more interesting out here than this, just some white well debris. Should we go ahead and just, like, get it? Oh, I didn't know I'd already gotten out. Hold on. And there you go. That's it. Well, I was hoping for something interesting or useful, but that's okay. Just a few very low-level enemies as well that are all dead now. Also fine. It'd be cool if it then spawned something bigger and worse. If you defeated them all, you know? That would actually be kind of cool. But no. Maybe at different times of the day. Maybe if we stayed here at night. Or if we kind of stomp around back here a little bit. No. Alright, that's all there was to that. Glad we did that. What is this over here? Is there something on this little ledge? Might be barking up the wrong tree. I mean, I know it's a game all about exploration. But maybe this is not a region we're meant to be explorating right now. And that's okay. Like I said, there's a more interesting island to the north and the west that we might ought to go check out here in a bit. So we need to find a spherical EM motor in Noctilum. And judging from the map, we're heading up north, and these are probably 3 different areas where they're common. We'll just fast travel, okay? It's a bit of a drive up there, and if we can just fast travel right to that location, it's possible it might be tricky to find as well. So maybe let's not spend a whole lot of time in the journey. Like, let's not spend a lot of time traveling. Also, apparently, in my current group or whatever you call them, my online party, we want to be hunting these things. No way I'm going to be actually hunting enough of them before the timer runs out. There you go. There's one of them down. Well, hold on. We could just check the requirement. 1 of 6.
Look out. We've got company.
Is this 2 of them right here? Oh, wait, no, hold on. What is this? Oh, that's just like an unrelated robot. Well, there we go. There's that taken care of. If there's enough of them in this immediate vicinity, like, we might as well go ahead and get them. But I'm not going to go on a grand expedition for them. Also, it looks like the items we're looking for are possibly... I was going to say beneath us here, but maybe not. They're in this sort of an area. And they will have a little mark above them. Oh yeah, look, the squad task ends in 1 minute and 4 seconds. No shot we're wrapping that up. No shot. Although there's another one. How many more do I need to get? We've got no. No, they've all just despawned as well. Forget it. We're not even going to bother. Maybe these things are further up what we're looking for. Right up here on this ledge, perhaps? Aha. And we only need the 1 of them, I think. There we go. That's it. Spherical EM motor. I'm going to go ahead and grab some more items up here in case we just sort of happen upon the one thing we're looking for. Pyra! I beg your pardon? Wait a minute. Hold on now. What the heck? It is Pyra. Whoa! Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll add you to the party, sure. You're going to have to take the place of, let's see. See stats and add to party. How fun is this? I'll give it my best. As you should. Who can we swap her out for? Yeah, no, recruit this blade. Absolutely. What is this outfit, by the way? Remove a member first. Yeah, bye Lizel. Sorry about this. You gotta go. Welcome to the party, Pyra. How fun is this? Bunny Girl Pyra is in the party. Aren't we glad we pulled over to have a look at this wreckage? Aren't we? Oh my gosh, she's even got the little bunny. What is this costume? You better be glad my head is in the way if you're watching the stream. What is this, Nintendo? Nintendo! What are you doing? What are you doing right now? Goodness me! They really do just let Monolith do whatever they want to, don't they? They just have no... They're sitting there watching this stuff come out like, yeah, this is what we've always wanted. This is what we've always wanted for Princess Peach and Zelda, but we've never been brave enough. Thank you for doing what we were never brave enough to do with your games, they're saying. Also, let's knock this guy out while we're in the area. It'll be a quick and easy one. Are they like friends? Did they capture this guy? Did they train him? Is he their pet? What is the situation here with Demetrio Tempestuous? I wonder if he's just like taking over the prone camp. Maybe they just respect the thing with the biggest muscles, which is him, and have decided therefore that they're going to follow him now, right? To heck with whatever their weird cult is that worships... now we know they worship Void. He's the Great One. I'm still confused. I feel like that's not original intent. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a retcon. I don't know if it was always intended for... Because it's like, oh, the Ganglion were made by the Samarians. No, they were made by a Samarian, Void. And Void kind of sucks. And also, why does human DNA destroy them? Like, that's never really discussed or really sorted out. And also, where's this box I'm looking for? It says it's, like, out here somewhere, but I definitely don't see it. It wasn't up top there. It might have been out on one of the ledges. But, I don't know. If I'm looking at the mini-map, it makes it look like it's right in this vicinity. Maybe it was outside. Yeah, it might have been on one of the ledges. Let's see. What's the first floor we can go out on? This one. Also, I'm just assuming it's a box. It might not be a... Oh, it's an alien... It's right down there. We would have run past it as well. Okay. Somehow Pyra's outfit, which is more covering than the bikini-clad gals, is also, like, the more revealing. It's the more scandalous. Make it make sense. Where am I going with this? I've forgotten everything that we were here for now. I've become so distracted with everything else going on. We'll just go here. It's in the right vicinity. It's close enough to what we were trying to do. Oh, right, these two. Right, remember they got stranded in their helicopter near this lake? I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. All right, everybody, we're back. No more salt tats, doesn't look like. Siska's here, though, which is a bad sign, because where'd the other guy go? If it's just Siska. What is that? That hairdo doesn't suit you, Siska.
Did you actually...
You the gal Howard mentioned? He said someone was bringing parts so we could get the helicopter up and running again. Yep, got the stuff right here for you. Okay, yeah, these are perfect. Should be all we need to patch the main rotor. But to be honest, I don't really know how to go about doing that. Like, do I connect the parts to the red wire, or is it the blue one? Frankly, I could care less as long as it flies, but Howard would have a conniption fit if I said that in front of him. We actually just need another fight before, or we actually just had another fight before you showed up. Jerk ended up chasing me out of the heli. Anyway, maybe you should take charge of these repairs. If I touch it and the thing crashes again, I'll never hear the end of it. But he wouldn't dare say anything to you. Well, he might not be saying much to anyone if he crashed, right? Haha! Oh, a little gallows humor there. I'm sorry, do you actually want me to work on the helicopter? I vaguely remember this, and I think actually we can work on the helicopter. Repair the helicopter's main rotor. I think you can actually end up killing them if you're not careful. Maybe I'm misremembering. How do you work on this thing? What am I supposed to do? Do I have to jump on top of it? Yep, that's what you gotta do. Which wire will you connect the parts to? Wait. Is there actually a reason to wait? Where's what's his face? Do we know? If we ask her some more questions.
Hey.
It's the main rotor that needs fixing. I can't remember whether you hook up the red wire or the blue one. Pretty sure it'll fly either way, so maybe just pick a random one and move on. That seems like a horrific idea, but we're going to send it. Okay, we're connecting up parts to the helicopter. Blue wire is the first one recommended. Blue is a chill color, right? Red is the action color. Well, unless you're at a stop sign. But it gets your attention. It grabs your attention. We don't want any sort of attention grabbing with our helicopter, right? We just want to be chill. Just want to be chill with a blue wire. Yeah, there you go. Helicopter's definitely fixed now. Looks like you wrapped up the repairs. Slap a few random parts in and we'll be back in the air. Who knew it'd be that easy? Even the tail rotor's behaving. Thanks for the help. You're a helicopter repair expert and a damn sight tougher than Howard. Roscoe really outdid himself with you. I'll make sure he pays you once we're back in LA. Let's meet up back where you first met him, okay? Now we just have to get back to the city without another huge fight. Talk to Roscoe. Okay. We're going to go back to town now. And we're going to hope against hope that we haven't accidentally, inadvertently led to the death of these two individuals. We'll drop in right here and we'll just kind of see what happens. We're hopeful. It seems maybe in vain. I don't know. Blue Wire, like I said, is chill. Is there a helicopter around here? I definitely don't see a helicopter. Well, I could go blow my nose. I'll be right back. If I can get the face... Here we go. Oh, that didn't work. That's not good. There we go. I get that aggressive tickling sensation you sometimes get in your nose where it's like, I don't know what's going on, but it's got to go. We're back. Please. Oh, thank heavens they made it back. They didn't die. Or they did, and these are their wolves. Thanks. I've been waiting for you. Both Howard and Siska made it back safely. And with the cargo intact, no less. We made our delivery to Granada GG with time to spare. I can't begin to thank you enough. But forgive me, you'll be wanting thanks of a more practical nature, I expect. Yeah, I mean, 180 experience and 10 grand isn't all that much, but I appreciate it. Despite the ordeal, Howard and Siska are still at each other's throats. I've no doubt they'll cause more trouble in the future. I'll keep your contact information handy. Oh, great. So what he's saying is we'll see them again in the future. I see that Howard is here and Siska is gone. That'll lead to something in the future, I'm sure. We've got a bit of information here. My little brother went to the Silent Mire and barely escaped alive. He said there's no sun and it's crawling with adseculas even during the day. I knew... Oh, well, there we go. There we go. That's gone now. Well, I think that does it for this evening. I just wanted to stream for about an hour or so. We'll do a bit more of the side content in the game. And next time, I think we'll start off with the Mystery Man, Professor B, and then advance to... What have we got here? More stuff with Hugo, which could be interesting if he keeps giving us new probes. And then eventually we want to move on over here to a concerned citizen. Report to the client for briefing. They're waiting on West Melville Street. I think he's the guy I was suspecting of something else earlier. But there's also missions to do around the world, right? We got things over here with the Rothians. We got assorted things over here in Noctilum. I think just one thing, actually. But there's still a lot more content. There's some stuff in Sylvalum, Predator and Prey, a castle in the sky, you know, we got supplies, surprise, and we still have to find Tatsu's mom. She's mentioned in the epilogue, and we never actually met her or spoke to her in the main game, so we'll need to get to that. Until then, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every single one of you, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.